Welcome to the Home Talk podcast brought to you by Bet Niger, your home of Bet Boom. Arsenal fans, sorry. Chelsea fans, sorry. Man U fans, if person tell you now, sorry, join waiting when they go through. Your own, it shall be well with you. On the Home Talk podcast, we discuss football, banter, anything that would inform and educate you. You find it on the Home Talk podcast. And I do this with men who have ball knowledge. I'm going to begin by my immediate right, soft-spoken, the man with swag. When he steps in, everybody says, I want to listen to what he has to say. The one and the only Sheggz Olumo! Sheggz.
Happy to be here.
You have to go back to the golden era.
Yeah, I need to remind people about the sharp times.
Exactly, the sharp times.
In case you guys forgot. Exactly. Biggest club in England.
During the sharp times.
It used to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man mesmerizes you on the microphone. When he come to commentary, especially as he take concern pidgin, when he also come to punditry, especially as he take concern say you go to break things down, in sabi well. He's like your JJ on the microphone, the one and the only Sawadinho.
I had to go back to the glory times.
Which glory? Baba Arsenal and glory in one sentence. It's not possible. Arsenal and we go again next season.
Arsenal and
yes,
okay.
No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest. It is with such great joy in my heart that I do this introduction. A prince true and true. Just by the mere inclusion of his name in the matchday squad, center backs go they get their belly go they run. This man get dazzling runs when they give people waist problem. Some people, now waiting they carry them, go see their doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, go poacher, your striker's favorite striker, lethal finisher, the one and the only Prince of Monaco, Ikpeba!
Thank you. This I called my brother. I go wash him. Good to be with you guys, with Sheggz and Sawadinho. So it's great. I've been going through what you guys have been doing.
Thank you very much.
I've been looking forward to be invited.
Thank you very much.
I think eventually I've been invited,
Yes.
And you guys have been doing a great job.
Thank
so
you
it's
very
an honor
much.
to be with you guys.
Thank you very
this
much.
morning.
Thank you very much. So this is a teachable moment for our Gen Z. I know say some of una know they like go Google. Now wait till una just here una go. But I beg, if you get time, just Google the name Victor Ikpeba, and you go appreciate people when put in a lot in sacrifice to our great country Nigeria and the game that we all love, the round leather game of football. I call him Prince of Monaco. Not be say in Papa na the King of Monaco. Now then look and say no. The glory when you bring come this city will give unto you. So just enjoy. After you watch the Home Talk podcast, this episode, make you go watch highlights, make you enjoy, make you know say people they play ball. And before we can enter into the Kokome, I let you know say maximum payout now, now 200 million naira, and only Bet Niger they run them. Why are you settling for less? Wake up from your dream and wake up to boom. Go for 200 million and let your mind calm down. Now let's delve into the conversation. Boom!
Get explosive odds at random. Introducing Bet Boom. Get massive odds on any sports bet, however you play. Singles, multiples, in play. Zoom. It's time to boom your bet. Available now, only on Bet Niger.
So welcome to the weekly round-up segment where we just take a look at the events that unfolded in the world of football over the weekend, and I would get my pundits to share their thoughts. But you get one when they my mind. I be no one talking, but because of say the boy in nets, his score brace, I say make I bring him back. Gasperini and Ademola Lookman. After Club Brugge knocked out Atalanta from the UEFA Champions League, that's knockout playoff. Gasperini had some very, very heartbreaking words for his most informed striker. And it was as a result of the penalty that Ademola Lookman lost. I would just want to get your initial thoughts first with respect to a manager expressing himself in that manner. Let me begin first with the legend.
Yeah, I think it's football can be frustrating sometimes. At least in that moment of his key player missing a penalty, in that moment of the game, maybe they had a chance to come back, but at 3-0 at the halftime, it looks done and dusted. But anything can happen in football. I think I do sympathize with the manager in some ways. I think his comments were made because of frustration that Lookman didn't score that penalty kicks. Shouldn't have said that. But in contest, managers, players can share their frustration, but the comment was not done properly. So I don't think he hates Lookman. He has made Lookman who he is today, giving the opportunity to play, showcase his talent. So it was not kind words from him, but in football, when a manager feels disappointed, he has the right to hear it, but I think he didn't hear it properly. So I think they will sort it out. And I think Lookman was very courageous to come out and make a statement. It's not easy for players to come out and make a statement against his manager. So you have to be the top player for you to do that. If you are not a top-class player, you are dead and buried already. So he's been integral for the good things in Atalanta, Lookman. So it's regrettable. I think the manager have done well. I think they should move on now. I think they should be calm. And they still have a lot to play in Serie A. So bringing everybody together and having that calmness, they still have a chance to win the Serie A. So I think for our boy Lookman, he shows a lot of grace and class to come out and brave to speak out. But we know I was in France, so I was in Europe for 20 years. Sometimes it's not easy for black players in Italy. People don't really know about that. So I just want to share a short story. I have a teammate, Lilian Thuram. I don't know you know him.
Yeah, Lilian Thuram, yes, for France.
We were in France. I was behaving more French. When he went to Italy, he started crying. So it's not new to see black players having issue. Even Victor Osimhen had his own issue sometimes. I don't want to say it starts to do racism sometimes. It's tough for African players sometimes for Serie A. So it's regrettable. I think the manager did say that statement because of frustration.
Okay. All right. So I know that we are all in agreement that he shouldn't have said that, especially considering the fact that that player is a very important player for you. Yeah. But Sheggz, we've had conversations here where, we, even though we did not all out say this is what it is, but it would appear like racism don't they enter inside this thing. We don't talk about indigenous, we don't talk about black managers. We have also spoken extensively about what happened to Victor Osimhen in Napoli and now with Ademola Lookman. I'd like to ask you, Sheggz, do you think that Ademola Lookman would be looking at this entire episode now and would be saying, it is time for me to pack my bags and leave? Especially now that, I am on everybody's lips. People are talking about me. I'm playing well. If I give this person another opportunity, will this not happen again?
I think it depends how we look at it. I think, obviously, football is a very high-pressure environment. So at the end of the day, when you're under the pressure that they're under, I feel like the manager came out, said what he said, which obviously we all don't agree with, and it wasn't right, especially in the day and age that we're living in where it's like maybe 20, 30 years ago, a manager might say that and might not get to the whole world, exactly how we got to the whole world so fast. But I think with Lookman especially, we have to look at the fact that he played at multiple clubs prior to being at this club. And I feel like this is the most successful he has ever been. Yeah. So he owes a lot to the club, to the manager, to the city. And at the end of the day, like things happen in football. Like conflict sometimes is good. Sometimes conflict in football is actually good because it will push you to even perform even better. I know he's been performing great anyway, but like I feel like he was always going to leave this coming summer. From what I heard, he was meant to leave last summer, potentially to PSG, and they said he should play for another year. So I don't think he'll be leaving this summer based on what happened. I think he'll just leave because he's having a great season, he's been playing well, and it's just the time to move on and go to the next level. It's perfect age for him as well. Like I said, I think the manager did wrong, but at the end of the day, he's the manager. And, there's racism in Italy like we speak about all the time, but in this situation, I don't think it was racism. I think that's actually probably his favorite player. That's his best player. So I don't think he has any reason to even be racist. By the end of the day, like sometimes we just need to control our emotions better. And even he's clearly shown that every single one of us, like nobody's perfect.
Very true. Talking about Ademola Lookman leaving, let's look at, potential clubs. I know there's Manchester United that is in need of
Why they talk like that?
Why
did you announce my
how? Like if Ademola na your brother now, you go tell him make he go mind you.
Nah, Arsenal go tell him go.
No, see,
my neck they pay me.
Exactly. You won't give Paul injury now. If Ademola na your brother now, you go tell him make him go mind
Allow
you.
me ask the question.
You know
whether I won't call Bayern. You know whether I won't call Madrid.
No,
no.
But why you mention Man U first? Ademola Lookman, Man U. How? Who does that?
This thing I hate speech.
It's not a hate speech. They're not in the same level right now.
Not right now.
They're
but
not the same.
legacy.
No. I get them before, no be property. Ademola Lookman is way above. Going to Man United is a very big decline in his career.
He can help.
You understand?
With the resurgence.
No. Ademola Lookman no be bricklayer, no be laborer. He should go to clubs that at least at all. Some of them that are closer to success.
Okay.
He can go to those clubs.
Let's look at some of these clubs now. I would like for you to just maybe do 2 or 3 of these clubs and talk about what you think would be the best option for him at this time. Because some of these clubs now, they watch these things when they happen. They talk,
Before I talk about the clubs, I think I want to agree first of all that maybe Gasperini said what he said out of frustration because it doesn't even make sense. Ademola Lookman, prior to that penalty miss, had played 4 penalties and scored all 4.
The person he compared him with that played 4, lost 2.
has lost 2.
Yes.
And then Rotegu just lost a penalty against Torino this same February. You understand? And because of that, they played a 1-1 draw and lost their lead on the table. So he was low on confidence. Rotegu was low on confidence already. That was why, according to Ademola Lookman, he handed him the penalty to
and
play.
He was the one that got the goal back.
Yeah, and you know, there's this momentum players coming with. Ademola just was barely 35 seconds into the game and scored a goal already.
Yes.
So he was on a high. Even the penalty, he already put the ball for the back of the net. Lookman himself already score. You know, even though he was called back for a penalty or a foul on Cuadrado. You understand? So it doesn't make sense. Yes, Lookman is not the best of penalty takers. I mean, we can say that because of the Fulham situation, the failed Panenka at Fulham. That's why we can say he's not the best. Someone who has scored 4-4.
Yes.
You can't say he's your worst penalty taker.
Yes.
Maybe that happens in training, but in match situations, it's actually delivered.
Yes.
The same Rotegu lost the penalty against Arsenal. As a matter of fact, the rebound came back to him and he also missed it. You understand? So that is, by the way, talking about clubs where Ademola Lookman should go to. I don't think Real Madrid will come for him. If Real Madrid comes, go. Yeah, but I don't think Real Madrid will come for him. I don't think it's in their radar. You understand? It might be clubs like PSG, you know. Normally, these are players that Arsenal should be going for because these are players that can help Arsenal scores. No, I'm saying these are players that
you have to even mention
no, because right now that place, his favorite position right now from what we've seen of him at Atalanta is coming in from the left side.
Leave the favorite position.
Martinelli and Trossard.
If Ademola Lookman now,
was my brother.
Leave your brother. If na person when be say then tell you say the advice you give Ademola Lookman now.
Go to Arsenal now. Go to Arsenal.
Can we move on?
No. Go to Arsenal.
Can we move on?
You can go to PSG. You can go to see,
Baba,
see right now, Arsenal, PSG, they need the same level.
Never.
Arsenal is even bigger.
How?
Arsenal is bigger than PSG right now.
You
understand?
So, but the difference is that PSG win titles.
Exactly. That's just the difference.
So how are you bigger?
You understand?
How is Arsenal bigger? The last time you won the league was when?
2004.
And you are comparing yourself to PSG.
When was the last time we won the Community Shield?
At this point, let's just say this is a comic relief because that's how Arsenal don't be. Talking about Arsenal, legend, it go good to start with you because as a professional, you know, I am sure that, you know, every season you look at finishing on top of the table. And when you play in a team that it has even become, you know, banter, that, oh, we go again next season. After 10 games, we're already saying we go again next season. After 13 games, we go again next season. It would appear like it is, there's something fundamentally wrong with the club. Now, I know that as a professional, you know, it's not over until it's over. And anything can happen in football. But Arsenal is 11 points behind Liverpool. They had a golden opportunity to reduce, before that Liverpool game against Man City at the Etihad, to reduce it to just 5 points. But unfortunately, they lost at home to West Ham. They wasted that opportunity. Then West Ham against West Ham. I want to ask you, this thing whether they call us now Netflix. See you next season. Do you think that it is a problem with the owners of the club, the manager of the club, or there's just something about the mentality of the players?
You just said it. I think the mentality. I don't think they have that winning mentality to get to the finish line. That is the difference. So, yeah, the fans get excited in the beginning of the season. We saw discipline difficult to break this Arsenal side. When you have all the key players, when they don't have the injuries, worries, they were the most complete defensive side at the back. They hardly concede goals. So I've been looking at the timeline of this since Arteta took over the team. Getting to the finish line in football is the most difficult. Only the great teams. When you look at Liverpool, you can look at Van Dijk, the Salah, and Co. They have the experience. They won it before, so they know how to get to the finish line. Like City, you did it 4 times in a row. So I think it's a mental team because for this Arteta side, Odegaard and all the great players they have, Saka and Co. Unfortunately, Saka has been injured. He's been integral. Has been the shining light of this Arsenal side. When you lose key players like this, it hurts, and that does not mean they don't have extras to could have done the job against West Ham some few days ago. The problem of this Arsenal side, when it matters, they do crack. And that is why I said it's so difficult for them to get to the finish line. So it's a mental thing. It's not that they are short of the quality or talent is there compared to the City side. Because in football, when you win, you keep on winning titles. True. When you look the Sir Alex era, the desire to let's go and do it all over again is always there. So I think if this youthful Arsenal side together with his experience, I think Arteta should be allowed to continue. And maybe one time if they get to the finish line, they can win a second in a row or third in a row. That's how it happens in football. You must have that winning mentality to get to the finish line.
So Sheggz, I'll come to you, but I know that there is something that Pom has said that Sawadinho does not agree with.
No, it doesn't.
That Arteta should be allowed to continue. Sawadinho, one more opportunity for Arteta, or make him just carry back.
I think he should leave. Now, I'll give 2 scenarios. I think Arteta started wrongly at Arsenal. He's done a great job.
But he won the FA Cup.
No, I know.
That is a typical scenario.
Yes.
Because let us go history lane before you comment.
Yeah.
When Arsene Wenger said that some years ago, maybe 10, 15, that to get to the top 4, it should be considered a successful season. They were mocking him. You can see the difficulty of getting to the last 4 every season because the English Premier is very competitive. The competition to get to the last 4 is becoming more and more harder. When you see our great Man United you see a languishing somewhere. I don't know where.
15th. Our relegation zone.
Half-time flights.
But then this is where
I'm just saying this
is where I want to take it from.
Look at Spurs.
Yeah, but this is where I want to take it from. The fight Arteta had when he came in. Now let's look at it. Arteta and Arne Slot. I want to put both of them side by side. Arne Slot is coming to a Liverpool side that he did not have the opportunity to sign any player.
What's the difference? I want to ask you.
No, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming. I want to learn.
There was a team.
No, I understand. That's why I'm that competitive squad. It was
easier for the manager.
I understand. There was a competitive team, but then 3 key players of this squad were not happy with the board. One of them was vocal about it, Mo Salah. Mo Salah even granted an interview saying that he is more out of the club than in. Ordinarily, the press did their thing. Jamie Carragher and the rest of them did their thing, of trying to, this is disrespectful. He shouldn't have said this, blah, 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 blah. And Slot did not bother himself with that. He knew that Mo Salah was integral to his plan for the season. He didn't concern himself with Mo Salah's whether disrespect or no disrespect. He continued to use his team. Contrast it with Arsenal. Arteta came into Arsenal, COVID year, right? Arsenal had an issue, internal issue. Ozil was the person that was vocal in that situation. What did Arteta do? Arteta sacrificed Ozil to the detriment of Arsenal. Arteta stopped playing Ozil. Nothing concerned Arteta concerned that fight.
So with Ozil being at Arsenal, what has he won?
No.
When he has
we won
been
FA Cup. We won FA Cup twice in a row. We won FA Cup twice in a row. We didn't win the league. Yes, we didn't win the league. We won FA Cup twice in a row. Now, what? No, let me drive my point home. Let me drive my point home.
Is it not the English Premier League?
Now, let me drive my
you
point
guys
home.
want to win the English Premier League? Yes or no?
Let me drive my point home. took it up upon himself to disgrace Ozil. Arsenal was suffering. Arsenal was screaming for a midfielder. Arteta benched Ozil until, by God's grace, Emil Smith-Rowe, small boy, come there like saying, start to the step up. Do you understand? But and slot, Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, whatever they say, consign them. Just deliver the result for me. And that is it. And he has found a way to keep everybody happy. Arteta, you make small thing. He started fighting with all of the players. Guendouzi had a confrontation with a Brighton player, I think Neil Maupay. He ostracized the guy. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, whether he come back late from the permission when they give him, he ostracized the guy.
Why
He started fighting.
I will cancel it because
yes,
in that period there were
Yeah.
lack of discipline in that team.
Discipline. Was it discipline?
And he did the right thing by doing that.
Was it discipline?
Yes,
was it respectful to Liverpool for Mo Salah to go to the mixed zone and say I am more out than in? But Arne Slot did not concern himself with that. Arne Slot just wanted the result.
Because he's a clever manager. He's a new
That is
manager.
what we're saying. Arteta is not clever.
No, he's clever.
And he's stubborn.
In that period,
See,
we
every
all
player,
know, we saw what was
every
happening
player that has
at
had
Arsenal.
problem with Arsenal
Let me tell you.
are players that Arteta did not sign.
Were squared brats at Arsenal. And that is the truth. Ozil not playing was not a fundamental problem of Arsenal. One player
At that time
cannot
it
be
was.
yes, no.
At that time it was.
Even the Ozil you're talking about is a lazy player. If I'm a manager,
But he's
I
a
will not
creative player.
Yeah, fine. Yeah,
He's a very creative.
but-
As at that time, we needed him.
But
He's a very creative player.
creativity
Ozil till tomorrow is one of the best midfielders that have ever played in the Premier League.
Creativity alone from one player. Let me tell you,
Ozil.
these Arsenal fans, that's how they are. They will not allow such a
Arteta is a stubborn man, and he doesn't know when to use the players. Okay, just imagine. Everybody knew that Arsenal needed a striker this season. Everybody knew. Even a blind man knew Arsenal needed a striker. Arteta did not sign a striker because he wanted to prove the Kai Havertz point. In January, okay, let the team get a striker. No, we want a striker that suits this profile. We want a striker that suits this profile. Baba, you don't even have a striker. And now that your makeshift striker, Kai Havertz, has been injured. Merino, now they play attack for Arsenal.
All right.
Mikel Merino.
Okay, sorry.
Arteta should be fired. He should be fired today. Arteta should be fired today. He should be fired.
Oh, yeah, Sawadinho, it's okay.
So by the way, that's the point I was gonna personally make. I was actually gonna talk about the signings. So personally, for me, I think I'm gonna use stats of other managers that we've seen be successful.
Okay. Yeah.
So at United, we had a good squad, but we were like just underneath.
David Moyes.
No, Fergie.
Okay.
And we went out and we got Van Persie.
Yeah.
We knew that if we got Van Persie
win the league.
and we kept him fit, we'll win the league.
Exactly.
And we did. Now Pep has been winning 4 seasons in a row. Forever. But in the Premier League, he's on 4 years in a row. His team were doing so well, he still went out and got Erling Haaland. People didn't understand how Haaland was going to fit into that system. He changed the system so Haaland could play. So last summer, 2024, I felt like what Arsenal needed to do, because Arsenal have been giving us second, coming very, very close. I think Arteta has been doing a fantastic job, to be honest, with the squad that he has. They needed to go out and get a striker. Now, Gabi Jesus is injury prone.
Yeah.
Was injury prone at City. Kai Havertz has not been prolific for quite a while, which is why Chelsea got rid of
And
him.
he's not even a striker.
Arteta took a meeting with Ivan Toney, from what I heard and what I know. He took a meeting with Ivan Toney. He said he didn't like his attitude. But this is a Premier League striker that's proven
striker
that he's going to get double figures. He's going to do 15 to 20 goals. And I think potentially if they had someone like Tony or somebody else, maybe like Victor Osimhen, they just went to get a striker that has proven to us that, look, I'm prolific and I score goals. I believe they'll be in a different position right now. So generally, I feel like I would give him another season, but is his ego too big?
Too big
That's
for
I think about it sometimes.
NYSC associate.
I think about it sometimes.
NYSC manager. NYSC manager.
That's disrespectful.
Too big and ego. What does he want?
Let me say.
FA Cup.
And 2 community shield.
Let me say something, When you talk about bringing a striker, nothing is guaranteed in football. It doesn't mean that because you bring a top-class striker to Arsenal,
That he will get what he
hit the
goes.
ground running. So let us be clear about that.
Yes.
So even if you have a top-class striker, the opposition in English Premier League, forget about City have a diabolic season this season, but when you look at, every season, you always put City, Liverpool, then Arsenal, or Spurs, or Man United, If the oppositions are so good, even if you bring a top class striker to Arsenal, they will still going to struggle because your position is so good.
Okay.
You agree?
I'm agree. I agree
Yeah,
with
you know what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to say is that I will not base it only because
They didn't get a
they missed
striker.
a striker. City did it with our strikers. Even though Aguero was injured, they still won the league. So what I'm trying to say is that it's never a guarantee if you bring a top class striker. It's just the mentality of getting to the finish line. Without a striker, look at this Arsenal side. When they were doing well, everybody was saying, "Oh, Arsenal is going to win the league." Even before the month of December, yes or no? They were fearless. They were difficult to break down.
Yes.
So it still have to do with the mental thing. It's a collective problem. I think it's a mental thing. There's so much quality in this Arsenal side, but the opposition, Liverpool. Look at Liverpool, for example.
True.
It's a team. If you look at, was set up, formed by Klopp, and someone came in. It didn't change much. The result is there. You can't compare Liverpool to Arsenal in the last 5 seasons.
No basis for comparison.
You can't compare it. Come on. So if you see what they are doing, it's not a fluke. You have experience. The goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeeper in world football. You have Van Dijk. You have
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yanko, and you have
Salah.
The Diaz. And
Diaz.
No, come on. On paper, when you look at this Liverpool side, it's better than Arsenal side.
On paper, side by side, all the players.
Yes.
I don't agree.
No, I'm just
all the
saying
players.
I don't agree. On paper. I'm talking about the squad.
On paper, is a better squad.
Yeah, the Liverpool is solid, experience.
If Arsenal players stay fit, on paper, I don't even agree. Liverpool is a better team.
Let's
But legend, there's something I wanted to say. Yeah. When talking about the manager, I agree with what you're saying about the mentality, and that's massive. But I also feel like the manager's mentality. So, for example, with City, right? John Stones, I think Pep came out a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and he said any player that can't play twice a week is leaving in the summer. Is basically what he said. And John Stones can't play twice a week.
It's not only John Stones, Kevin De Bruyne.
Exactly.
But if I think Pep is not honest in saying that these guys have been playing so much football in the last 5
they've been playing a lot of football.
They've achieved a lot.
Yeah.
To come out and say that, for me, I think Pep is not fair on these players. And that's my own opinion.
Yeah,
you know,
and I can
players
agree with
giving
that.
so much.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even I conjure the Swiss, Nigerian, he said at the beginning of season that the way they are going, the amount of games they are playing, players will get injured. And they're suffering from it. Who to blame? Is the manager. Why didn't he refresh the team at the beginning of the season?
Overconfidence.
And that's why City is suffering now.
So maybe Pep is too cutthroat, but I'm saying Arteta is not cutthroat enough.
But this guy,
his defensive line was so good.
guy learned and worked under Pep.
Yes, that's why he
And
called
that's why he's copying some things that are not working.
That's where my plane was going.
He copied the false 9 thing. Arsenal Europa League run in 2021. Arteta was going for a false 9 against Villarreal. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang the bench. A false 9. Danny Ceballos was costing Arsenal the game from even from the group stage, round of 16, quarter final. Danny Ceballos, he blah till the red card. Made a Saka
For a manager to come in and take out the bad eggs away from the team.
After take out bad eggs now. See where man you going now.
Why you dey bring man you into this conversation? But don't worry, Sawa.
My opinion.
Yeah,
we did.
Sawa, the good thing is that there's next season.
Yes.
You
Like
go
you said
again.
it. You keep on saying, how do you say it?
We go again next season.
What do you say? Yes, what do you say?
Netflix.
I'm just hearing for the first time.
Okay, so let's speak about Liverpool. Maybe like say slot they use the manager no go come and tell you say then they poised to win the league.
Yeah.
But I'm very certain that in the manner that Liverpool got that win against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, many people don't look and say give them to these guys.
Yeah.
They have what it takes. That mentality is there. They know what they want.
Yeah.
If not smash and grab, if not allow you play, then take their own, just make them get the maximum points they go do. But slots they talk say it's not yet over. Share slots they whine us.
No, but that's the truth.
Be honest.
It's true.
Manchester United lost the league to Arsenal in
Why you calling
1998.
Man U
No,
now?
I'm telling you now. No. 13 points.
Yes,
Man U
11 points.
was it 13 points ahead of Arsenal? Arsenal won the league with 2 games to go.
11 points is not a guarantee.
So 11 points is not a guarantee.
12 games to
Moreover,
go.
if Arsenal do not Arsenal in their game at hand, it will be 8 points.
8 points, yeah, that's true.
If Arsenal do not Arsenal,
Yes.
it will be 8 points. 8 points with over 10 games to play is enough to drop points.
No, but the
You
reality now
understand?
is 11 points. You are saying if Arsenal did
No,
not.
now they have played the game more.
They have a game in hand.
So Arsenal have a game in hand. If Arsenal do not behave like Arsenal and win that game and close it up to 8 points, remember, I mean, they still have like 10 games to play, and Arsenal still have to play against Liverpool. You understand? So if you have the mentality, I mean, he said mentality. Rodri said mentality last season when they won the league. They were asking him, you know, what was the difference between them and Arsenal? He said mentality that when Arsenal came to the Etihad, they did not play like they wanted to win.
Yeah, they should.
And
They should have so much
it was like
respect.
the guys were playing like that. When he saw it, it was like these guys did not even want. They don't want to win us. And that's the thing, the mentality. You understand? And I think that mediocre mentality came into Arsenal with Arsene Wenger.
Really?
Yes.
No, you are not.
No, it's true. No. See.
That is why you guys are where you guys are.
Now, see now.
That's why you guys are
Let me explain that. Wait, listen now. Don't agree with me, Chief. See,
I don't agree.
when Arsenal started performing poorly, the standards started dropping. That was where the famous top 4 trophy came for.
He was honest.
That was where
It's up tomorrow.
I am not saying he wasn't honest, but that was when you start failing from first position, you start setting lower standards for yourself. Oh, top 4. If you finish in the top 4, you have achieved something. At that point, you will start instilling a mentality in the players that if I don't win it and I finish in top 4, it is okay. And then what did Arsenal do next? They started letting go the men.
All right.
The men.
No, but as an Arsenal fan,
the rest of them.
as an Arsenal
men.
fan, I don't agree with you because what happened in that situation was Wenger didn't have money to spend because of the new stadium that you
Let
guys
nobody
got.
tell me about that
That's
stadium.
what
Let
happened.
nobody tell me about that stadium. Let nobody mention that stadium.
The problem of this.
Let them not mention that stadium.
The Arsenal is the fans.
Say build stadium.
Wait,
It's a win
they
stadium.
say the problem. The problem of Arsenal are the fans. So you know what?
Stadium.
Una build the stadium. Una build the stadium.
Now only Arsenal build stadium.
It's beautiful.
Real Madrid never give us world class Bernabeu.
Arsenal and Madrid no be the same team.
So they don't build stadium.
Okay,
They don't give us world class Bernabeu.
sorry. But now Liverpool they talk about.
Leicester come from championship, come win league for Arsenal.
Wait, but now Liverpool they talk about. You don't make about Arsenal. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to take a quick break, and when we return, nobody must mention Arsenal here again
Because this while too much.
when they talk of this slot, you they call Arsenal.
No, let me ask this man.
If, for example, a very passionate fan of Arsenal in the last 5 seasons, if your team have not ended the season in the top 4, wouldn't that be a failure?
30 seconds.
It would have been a failure.
Thank you.
Actually,
I raise my case.
no, he
No,
did not try.
The case is rested. He has put it to you, and you have accepted. The case is rested. Let's now move for adjournment. Let's move for adjournment.
Now they will take it.
Facts.
Let's move for adjournment now. Welcome to Bet Boom, where we share the most impressive Bet Boom slips. Remember, tickets that are boomed on Bet Naija Bet Boom now stand a chance of winning up to 1 billion naira. So if you boom your ticket to 1 billion and you go win. Bet Naija, now you they run this thing, oh. Now only you they run them, oh. And no be church or church, I go just they talk. Evidence day. Now we could go into the tickets where we say, them boom this week and people shout boom. We go begin first with 13,000 naira on 55.46 odds to win 901,167 naira 12 kobo. Bet Naija say this guy, you are a good guy. You want to play with 13K, no problem. Let's boom that ticket. It was boomed to 2,703,501 naira 36 kobo. Imagine say you put 13K to win 901,000. Bet Naija come boom your ticket to 2 million. Now only Bet Naija the runner. Another one. This person carry 1 million on 2.69 odds to win 2,693,460 naira. Bet Naija boom that ticket to 8,080,380 naira. Imagine say you get 1 million where you feel afford to put. You can't talk, say, make I just collect 2.6. Bet Naija say, no, you know, collect 2.6, you collect 8 million. You take 8 million. You take 8 million. You take 8 million. Only Bet Naija the runner. And on top of Bet boom. Then we also get 25,000 naira on 27.41 odds to win 719,398 naira 30 kobo. Bet Naija boom that ticket to 1,438,796 naira 60 kobo. This one, they bust my brain pass. Person carry 600 naira to play 97.44 odds. Waiting one win, 75,999 naira 94 kobo. He want win minimum wage. Waiting Bet Naija boom that ticket to 759,999 naira 39 kobo. And then the last one, 1-5 on 70.51 odds to win 121,626 naira 57 kobo. Bet Naija boom am to 609,132 naira 86 kobo. You see why they call the kobo? Because Bet Naija will pay you to the last kobo. Remember, bet responsibly, 18 plus only. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome back to the Home Turf Podcast. This segment is called the Punters Corner. My punters are going to wear their thinking cap. We go break them down. We go look them one after the other. They look the complexities when they inside there so that we go learn and we go understand. And I would like to begin first with Arsene Wenger.
Yes.
You know, he has endorsed, he don't come out to, he don't endorse Mo Salah. And he don't talk, say, this Ballon d'Or conversation, if Mo Salah name no dey there, we dey lie to ourselves. We know they talk true. Let me begin with Sheggz. Sheggz, do you agree with Arsene Wenger?
I do agree with Arsene Wenger. I think Mo Salah should be in the conversation for one thing and one thing only. The consistency has been unreal. At some point, we have to give it to this person. This is not a fluke. This is not lucky. I actually believe that because of how Mo Salah was when he first came to the Premier League with Chelsea, people, they don't really see him for how great he actually is and what he's actually doing. Like, we've had a lot of players at Liverpool, like Steven Gerrard, Fernando Torres, like we can even go back to the days of Kenny Dalglish, Ian Rush. I feel like Mo Salah is now a Liverpool legend and he's won the Champions League, he's won the Prem.
Yeah.
He's had the most
World
goals.
Club
Like,
Cup.
do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's actually, the stats are there as well. I don't think he's the best player in the world, but I think he's in the conversation for sure. So I think that's what Arsene Wenger is saying. I don't think Arsene Wenger is saying he's number one, but I think he's saying he's in the conversation. I think that's fair.
No, I think you said it. I think you shouldn't forget it recently. Arsene Wenger has a relationship with the Egyptian Federation now and way to develop football. So it's in some way sentimental in making that speech. Yeah, definitely on conversation, but you cannot say you have to win the Champions League. Winning the English Premier League is not enough to win the Ballon d'Or, the best player in the world. You have competition coming from Real Madrid. The Mbappe has been on fire.
Yeah.
We should forget about that. Vinicius is there. Bellingham is there. Rodrigo is there. So if for Liverpool to get to the finals of the Champions League and win the Champions League, then he has a chance.
Yeah.
Anything within Liverpool, Real Madrid and co, because you look at the African players we have with Liverpool, I think that's the only African player we have, Salah, we have that have a chance. But if he doesn't win the Champions League and the player from Real Madrid wins the Champions League, the Ballon d'Or winner will come from Real Madrid. So Salah, Liverpool have to win the Champions League.
And we're still in February.
Yes,
We're still in February. And if you check Ballon d'Or year, does it? I don't really know when it starts now, whether it starts from October of the previous year or it's just from January to the end of the year. You know, because
January to the end of the year.
Okay, then we're still in February. So if Salah, say, has a bad run from May till December, I mean, it puts him almost technically out of contention. But right now, he should be in that conversation. In Europe's top 5, he's the leading scorer across all top 5 leagues. 25 goals in the league already.
But
you
it's
understand?
not a guarantee to win the Ballon d'Or.
I totally agree. But if Liverpool goes ahead to win the league and then goes ahead to win the Champions League as
that's
well,
fine.
then of course it makes him a strong candidate for the award because he's actually leading on all fronts right now. I think he's got 30 goals in all competition. The only player that has scored more goals than him, one of the few players that has scored more goals than him in all competition is Victor Gyökeres. That scored, I think, 35 goals in all competition and all of that.
You love Gyökeres.
I love the guy. I follow him a whole lot. You know, but then right now, they go give spend money, bring down. They'll bring the money. No, we get the money.
After all
we get the money. We get the money. We get no. But last time we won't go carry about how many 80 something, 90 go sign Mudryk, Mikhailo Mudryk. Now you go fit sign Gyökeres. We go fit pay Amamo the salary.
£200,000 every week.
We been they pay Ozil 350.
Ozil na senior player now. Ozil na senior player now.
You understand? So Mo Salah should be in that conversation.
Right,
and by the way, I know we have not talked about that. We may not talk about it.
No, we'll talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
I want to shake tables.
All right, no problem.
I want to shake tables. And, Sheggz first, then I'll go to the legend. So, there was the conversation in the studio, Jamie Carragher, you had Daniel Sturridge, they talk. The talk just enter talk. And make I just paraphrase. What in Jamie Carragher talk? Now, like say, Afcon not be waiting they relevant or not be waiting they important. He even scoffed when the other guys in the studio pointed out that this competition is a major tournament. And I would like to ask, because Sheggz, I know you do a lot of advocacy about inclusion, black players. Do you think that, Jamie Carragher got it wrong? Or if we are being honest, he was just brutally stating the facts?
No, I think he most definitely got it wrong. And the reason why I feel like he got it wrong is because I don't really want to use the word racism or subjective racism, but I just want to say that there's a way that Africa is looked at and has been looked at for a very long period of time. So whether you are, I know Jamie Carragher is not racist, but he's thinking in a certain manner where we've developed past that. It's not like that anymore. So for me, I believe that obviously he made a mistake. I'm so happy that Michael Richards, Daniel Sturridge pulled him up on it.
Yes.
After that, Rio came out and Rio was like talking on his podcast, pulled him up on it. He even commented on Rio's Instagram because he was so annoyed about it. But the thing is, obviously, I think he needed to be more careful and more sensitive with his words, especially the day and age we're living in, with so many African players doing so well. And not even just now, like, obviously, our legend is here, but even away from that, like, I just feel like we've even had African players that won the Ballon d'Or. Like, that's serious. And we've had African players, George Weah, a different, like, I think, what's it, Abedi Pele, I think?
No, he didn't win it. He didn't win it.
He didn't win it, okay, yeah,
But African players have been in that
Yeah,
conversation.
they've been in the conversation anyway, like Samuel, so different things. So I just feel like people are not really even watching because how much is put into the Euros? Obviously, I'm British Nigerian and I know how much money, how much time, how much energy is put into the Euros. That's not put into something like Afcon. Now, South America, obviously, Brazil have been dominating in the past for years, so people watch it. Messi now with Argentina, so people are watching it. So I believe that Afcon just doesn't have the financial backing where everybody from around the world is actually paying attention. People are speaking about something that they don't really understand, something that they're not really watching. So if you're constantly watching Afcon and you're seeing the competition and how intense it is, so many players, I don't want to name names because some of you guys are my friends, but so many players, Nigerian players even, are playing abroad. They go to Afcon, they can't even kick a ball because it's that difficult. So I think a lot of these guys are not really watching it, so they need to just re-educate themselves. I would just say, if I was sitting in a room with Jamie, I would just say, mate, take a couple hours out of your day and re-educate yourself because you're wrong.
It's a white man superiority complex sometimes, when I put it. I think, it's unfortunate to say that. And it just shows how the Europeans think about the Afcon. It's what it is. Sometimes I've been there on ground. Most clubs don't really want to see their African players going to play for the African Cup of Nations. So their biggest problem is that it's played in the month of December and January, and they lose key players. So it's frustrating. I can understand why they don't see it as very important. But for us, it's special. It's an African team. It's a black team. So the African Cup of Nations have come of age. And I think, with TV, it's been seen around the world now. It's even better than the Copa America. Copa America was something different in the 50s, 60s, 70s. And the coverage of the Nations Cup is becoming better, special, and people want to see it. So the Europeans, we always say their European Championship is better than the African Cup of Nations. We, the Africans, we keep to what we have for Carragher to say that. I think I agree. I think it's not a racist, but I think it's something some managers, some of the Europeans think that the Nations Cup is not so important for them. You know what I'm trying to say? But for we black people, it's very, very important.
True. Sawa?
Anybody that says the African Cup of Nations is not a major tournament should be examined. He should have himself. He should have himself examined. I know we're trying to play down on the whole racist thing, but this white supremacy thing has got to stop. This white supremacy syndrome has got to stop. Jamie Carragher, what does he know about African Cup of Nations? What does he know? The Afcon moved from 68 TV partners in 2021 to 115 in 2023. I don't even want to talk about the social media impressions. Over 2 billion on some platforms. The engagement, where the Afcon was going on, I was doing commentary side by side, the Afcon and the English Premier League. People were not watching the Premier League when the Afcon was on.
No be lie.
People were not watching I was doing commentary for both tournaments, both the Afcon and the Premier League. People were not watching the Premier League when the Afcon was on. The engagement, I mean, we're in the social media era, right? Social media was on lockdown during the African Cup of Nations. Who watched the Euros? What was happening during the Euros?
I didn't look much of the Euros.
You didn't watch most of the game in the Euros. What was happening during the Euros? When they were playing the final, we were having a party. When they were playing the final of the Euros, we were having a party.
Who were the finalists?
England and Spain. Do you understand? We're having a party on that day, just NBA and all of that. So what are you telling me about the Afcon is not a major tournament? And that's the reason why most of these managers all the time disrespect Africa by not letting their players go and honor their... I mean, Ian Wright said it. It is one of the greatest honor to represent your country. True. It is one of the greatest honor. Africa is arguably the largest exporter of football talents in the world.
Facts.
Africa is arguably the largest exporter of football talents in the world. But then, this also, once again, raises that concern of come and develop African football.
True. Nobody go talk to you anyhow.
Nobody go talk to you anyhow.
If you develop your
Let
own.
Africa develop Africa. Nobody, see,
Put money there.
even moving away from football, going to politics. Look at a lot of countries are beginning to put restrictions so that you don't come into their country anymore. They're beginning to put restrictions. Why? Because their country is where you want to run to. If you make your country like that, they would also run to this place. So let's develop African football. Let's take African football. Let's advertise African football and make it. I mean, because anybody,
Nelson Mandela.
he should have his head examined.
Yes, he's okay. He's okay.
You mean Mandela picking?
Now my grandfather.
The truth be say that talk no good at all.
But on common grounds.
Coming from a player of that status.
What status? What did he win?
No, it's not about what he won.
What major tournament did he win?
Jamie Carragher is somebody that is respected, you know, whether you like him or not. And people like that who have a strong voice should not be seen even insinuating. You're not supposed to even do like that.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
he's trying to whine the other guys with him there.
Yeah, because he can genuinely, I agree, because with the platform and who he is, he can affect too many people's minds.
He can.
See, what I think is, whatever Jamie Carragher said, he was not playing no script. He was not playing no devil's advocate. That's exactly what he feels
And
about
that is
Africa.
what majority of the European
Feel.
I know
That's exactly what he feels.
Hopefully, he would learn from this. He's gonna learn the hard way.
I beg you.
He should be invited to the next Afcon in Morocco
Yes.
to see for himself.
In fact, we don't even need to
don't
invite
need to
him.
invite
Let him
to
just
come and
follow.
see for himself.
Okay, no
As
problem.
Spicy, the Nations Cup.
All right, let's talk about somebody who has seen what his mouth cannot say. Ruben Amorim. You know, he came with a lot of promise, but now it is promising. It's looking like he's going to carry his bags.
We won't get to the promised land.
He will not get to the promised land.
It's like
So,
Moses.
I would like to ask, because I mean, football is really very, very funny, especially the administrative part of football. You know, 1 week everybody's saying, let's do it this way. The next week, people are saying, it's like you don't have the answers. I would like you to, you know, just stare into your crystal ball. Do you think Ruben Amorim would have this Manchester United job? The way when Man U and Dangote, they compete, they go dig crude. Do you think that Ruben Amorim will have his Manchester United job? I'll start with Sheggz at the end of this season.
No, I don't think.
At the end of the season?
Yeah, like I don't really think. Well, personally, for me, if I was Ineos or if I was the Glazers and I was in charge of Manchester United, I wouldn't keep Amorim, and I'd never even.
You wouldn't keep him?
I wouldn't keep him, and the reason why I wouldn't keep him, I'm not a big fan of managers changing all the time. To be honest, I'm someone where like if a manager comes, give him 2-3 seasons to prove himself, develop the squad, and obviously the summer's coming, it'll be nice for him to sign his own players. My problem with Ruben actually started from Marcus Rashford, to be honest, and I don't think I've ever spoken about this on this platform, but it's like a lot of things have been said about Rashford over the years, but no manager has ever said that he trains badly. No one's ever said that. So I feel like he's a young manager, and I feel like he came in trying to prove a point, trying to like assert his dominance on the squad, and I think he chose the biggest player. So the biggest player, as in noise-wise, like Marcus Rashford has an MBE, has massive businesses in England. He's the biggest celebrity from Manchester United Football Club right now. So I feel like he singled him out to prove a point. And I feel like, personally for me, I feel like that was wrong. There was better ways to deal with the situation. Anyway.
But he made an interview. You saw the interview.
Yeah, I saw the interview.
He don't want to be involved anymore. Do you think Rashford? I love Rashford. Just saying, you Man United, but do you think that statement hurts a lot?
Yeah, most definitely.
Hurts his personality.
Yeah, I think we've been.
When you say that as a player, you
No, it was. Yeah, I think it was obviously super wrong. Like I think that was him saying, "I'm ready to leave the club."
So
like he should have never said that. But I think obviously I think the pressure, he's just been singled out so many times.
Yeah, I know.
He just goes to the point where he just said, from the fans. Yeah, where he just goes to the point where he said he's done. But with Amorim anyway, I just think that the formation he's playing. I know we've spoken about formations and how they're not really important and stuff, but if you're even going to play the formation he's playing, let's have the personnel to play that formation. We don't currently have the personnel to play the formation that he's playing. And I just don't really... One thing that scares me about managers, and I thought the same thing with Ten Hag actually, is when I can't understand the type of football you're trying to play. Like if you're trying to park the bus, like Mourinho, he's going to score 1-0 and he's going to park the bus and he's going to defend. Let me know what you're trying to do. If you're going to play expansive football like Pep or like Klopp or like Arne Slot now or this guy at Spurs, let me see you play expansive football. I don't really know what his ideology is and what he's trying to play. So for me, that's why I can't defend him. If I can see what you're trying to do and it's not working, but I understand what you're trying to do, I might give you time and support you. But I don't really think he has what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what his image is. I don't know the football he's trying to play. I don't get it. I actually don't get it. Are you trying to lock shop? Are you trying to be expansive? Are you trying to
play exciting football?
Are you trying to pass and leave it on the floor? I don't really know what he's trying to play. I genuinely feel like he's confused. I genuinely feel like he's confused.
And it's looking like what Manchester United can turn anybody into.
It's the pressure.
Yeah.
Because you just said it. Because when you look at the timeline of when Sir Alex left the club, and you look at the great Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, and co, you just feel that desperation to be successful every year is not telling on Man United. The fans have not helped matters too. Because now you look at a period now, the boys are so afraid to play at Old Trafford.
At home, it's crazy.
So you have to think, it has to be a mental problem, because you look at this season, the consistency is not there. You ask yourself, Sheggz, you're a big fan, why do they play well against City? Yes, they don't play expansive football, attacking football, but in certain moments, you can see the quality is there. They struggle against the lower teams. So you ask the question, why do they do well with the bigger teams and struggle with the smaller teams? So I do feel, I do have a lot of pity for this Amorim that came in from Portugal. He shouldn't have taken the job in the month of November. That was, I think I blame the management of the club for doing that. They were disrespectful to Ten Hag. To Ten Hag. If you sack Ten Hag, allow to continue to the end of the season.
And he went 4 games without losing any.
But he has been losing since now.
Leicester is not Man United.
Yes,
so I think that's where the management got it wrong. Because we were listening to the fans. Get rid of Ten Hag. I want to ask Sheggz, why was Ten Hag sacked? Is it not from the pressure from the fans?
Yeah, it's 100%.
So the fans are one of the major problems of Man United, similar to Arsenal.
All right.
Chelsea, they are not protesting today.
But by the way,
the only club that is not protesting is City. At least the fans have been spoiled the last 4-5 years. They will just say, okay, they can take a breather.
See, that's the thing with most of these NYSC managers.
NYSC managers.
Yes, now. See, they always want to prove a point. Ten Hag, Ruben Amorim. Imagine Ten Hag coming to Manchester United and of all people, disrespecting Cristiano Ronaldo. Everybody said then that Cristiano Ronaldo, hey, this, that. Did you hear what Rafael Varane said about Ten Hag recently?
Why did she bring Ronaldo back to Why?
Because they don't want him to join their neighbors.
Sorry,
it wasn't Ten Hag that brought him. Manchester United brought him because they didn't want him to join Manchester City. Well, that's a story for another day. I said it the other time that you shouldn't go back to your ex.
He could have gone to City.
He should have gone to City. He would have had a better time at City. You understand? But he came to Manchester United and that NYSC manager
with the Gen Z there,
disrespected him.
They'll be looking at him, man. What is this guy even doing?
That's the same thing Ruben Amorim. That's the same thing Sheggz was talking about Amorim and Rashford. They always want to prove a point. That's the same thing with Arteta and Ozil. They want to prove a point.
It's okay. Let's not go there.
But wait. There's something I want to say. Yeah, I personally feel like with United, we can talk about all the managers, but we have to talk about the board. Because we have to talk about the board, we also talk about us as the fans.
Yes.
Because every single player that leaves does well.
So
I can't believe that Anthony's playing well.
Yes, I saw him recently. I said, well, transform.
Yeah, completely different player. And some decisions we make are awful, like Scott McTominay to Napoli.
Yeah, and he's doing well in Napoli.
It made no sense because Scott was somebody that was wearing the badge with pride, running, effort, fighting, everything. We got rid of him. So I just think the decisions from the top is just awful.
All right, interesting.
Is it the decision of the guys on the top or is it the decision of the management?
Everybody have to be involved. Man is currently 15th on the table. Anything, if I leave you in the hands of God.
Yes, you just said.
Now let's talk about they're battling relegation now.
No.
Battling relegation.
No, I'm just asking. It's just a question.
Fair to them.
No, it's just a question.
Okay, so let's talk about Remo Stars and the Nigeria Professional Football League. So Remo Stars is sitting comfortably on top of the Nigeria Professional Football League, 10 points. And it is looking like Remo Stars will become the first privately owned football club
It is done.
to win the league since the year 2000. Something historic in 25 years. In Nigeria. So let me begin with you. Say you two first start here before they come look, say, no, this talent, we say, Ogwagbaye. What do you think this will do for Nigerian football?
No, I think I go often to see their games. That I was in their last game when they played against Kwara United. I support Remo Stars. Everybody knows I support Remo Stars. The chairman, the owner of the club, a great passion for football, and to set up this club, I knew from the beginning and the desire to bring football to his community first, which is very important to have the stadium, the infrastructure and everything. Brilliant. In the old days, you have Abiola Babes and the Flash Flamingos in Benin, the Wanyanwu National, these were private-owned clubs in the past. I'm trying to teach Sheggz some history of our local football. Those boys that were born in London. But I think he has done well, and the team is very good. They play good football. I'm sure you see them play. Play very, very good football. And they have the best academy 2 year in Nigeria with beyond limits. So it's looking good for them. It's for them to lose now, but to be really symbolic to see them win the Nigerian Premier League from a club side from the Southwest. It's here from the Southwest,
And privately owned.
Privately owned, the good old days where the 3SC, the ICC, they dominate our domestic football. It's good because I hope we can have more private clubs in this country. I'm not a big fan of the setup of our league, state-owned league, and they showing the way on how to run football, club football in this country, and the chairman is doing a brilliant job. And congratulations to the boys. I can't wait for them to leave the trophy. We'll be there to celebrate with them.
Interesting. I'm very certain that we all feel the same way. We want our league to grow. We want to be proud of our players. We want, our ex-internationals, if they can still afford to give their best, so that more people can come out and see these games.
Ex-internationals, can they really do so much in that regard? I think we should be talking more about private investors, some of these billionaires. Because let's face it, it may not really be, in terms of ROI, returns on investment, it may not really be very profitable, in terms of returns on investment if you're looking at financial gains to invest in the league. But then, being a competitive people, what I think this will do for the Nigerian league is that we may begin to see more private investment. Even if maybe they might just consider it as a CSR, in some way, that is Remo Stars. They just consider it as a CSR. Let's say some of the big money bags in the country decide, okay, I want to own a team. If the chairman of Remo Stars can own a private team and they can compete favorably, they've been consistent. They finished second in the last 2 seasons. They've been consistent, and now they are going to win the league. Because I say it all the time, it is more difficult it is easier to close a 10 points lead in England than to close a 3 points lead in the MPFL.
No be lie.
It is easier to close a 10-point lead in England than to close a 3-point lead in the MPFL.
Not be small, this our league.
Now you have someone that has a 10-point lead. They are champions. Forget it. They are champions. Nothing will happen. No. They are champions. So for the first time since Ocean Boys, we're going to have a privately owned team.
But the thing is,
They are champions. They are champions. Nothing will stop them.
But Jenny, for me, like obviously, I just want to speak about the infrastructure, like Remo Stars infrastructure, like just from the down
Magnificent.
up, like it's the best I've ever seen in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I think like for me, like playing in academies in England, Remo Stars was the first time that I went to a football club and I thought, okay, cool. Like if I grew up playing here, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
From how they live to how they eat to how they sleep to how they breathe in, to how they train, like so. The first team being first doesn't shock me at all. And even if you go down to the academy, if you see what the boys in the academy are doing, the clubs that some of them have moved to, is just a well-run organization. So I feel like they deserve all the praise that they're getting.
Interesting. So we would not have you here and not discuss this very important subject.
Yeah.
Now, in March, is either say our blood pressure go begin high again, or it go settle.
You know they look me. I don't like the way you were looking at me. I want to please. Can I have a break?
It's either our blood pressure go begin high again, or it go settle.
Can I have a break?
No break for you.
Are you not supporting to have a break?
I'm with you, but you're on the hot seat.
Yes, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will play host to Zimbabwe. And you know,
Rwanda first.
Yes, Rwanda. But I want make we put eye for that Zimbabwe own, because it be like say
The two of them are important.
it dey important, but it be like say the people when they easy normally on paper. Now them we go come be like say, okay, let's do Rwanda. Let's do the both of them.
Yes.
Let's do the both of them.
Where we are now, I think it's desperate times for the national team. I think I'm a member of the technical committee, so I'm talking about football terms. We started badly, and that is the honest truth. 3 points for 4 games, not good enough with the quality of players we have with the national team. Then it comes to the mental attitude of the players too, you know. So a team that got to the finals of the Nations Cup could have won the Nations Cup, and they showed a lot of desire and passion and determination. We saw them fearless, difficult to break down. You know, I think Cote d'Ivoire were a little bit lucky to win maybe with the plus 12 the fans, push them to the finish line. You know, so. I think our boys have to regroup, and they know we have a new manager now. We have to support the manager we have now. It doesn't matter if it's from Nigeria, abroad. Manager is manager. So we are in the dire situation. Those 2 games are key, because I'm sure those other countries like Rwanda, like Benin Republic, South Africa might drop points. You know, so we have to win those 2 games. How are we going to do it? Is for the boys to go out there and do it. We have the players on paper. But you know, in African football, like names, it doesn't matter sometimes in African football. You have to go and fight. I was there for 10 years in the national team. Super Eagles is the team every country in Africa wants to beat.
Yeah, wants to be. 100%.
They don't like, because we are the most populous country in Africa. They say we talk a lot, we are too proud, we are rich. So there's a lot of things that go against Nigeria when it comes to football in Africa, you know. So I think we are spread with quality players. I don't want to call the names, the Osimhen, the Boniface, the Lookman, and the Ndidi and Co. It will be the Sheggz and Co. If they go there with that objective, with that mentality, now we have to start winning games. I don't see any reason why we can't pick 6 points from those 2 games. I rest my case.
Rest your case. More rest the case for here. Because I did very sure say for everyone, it is important that we win both games.
Amen.
If we don't win the game, what you want to talk? I know say Sawadinho already talk and say no put mind. But
You said so.
Yeah, he has said.
We're 100% going to win the
but
game.
Why you say no put mind?
No, we can't win Rwanda now. We can't beat Rwanda away from home.
No.
It's
I
football.
won't agree with
Anything
you.
can. I totally agree
That
with
one
you.
with you, the manner we lost to Rwanda in Oyo was regrettable, because in football, I think the boys were not smart.
Yeah.
We've qualified already for the Nations Cup.
Yes.
And I think they didn't show up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They didn't show up.
Yeah.
Now
Okay. Relax.
they have to show up. It's not Sheggz. Now they have to show up.
That's the point.
And you know, for them, prosperity will look at this generation as a failure. Do you know what people still remember? Also, I played at the World Cup.
Yes, of course. Scored one of my favorite goals at the World Cup.
When you look at this talent of, I feel pity for them when I look at that. They have the quality. Two World Cups in a row, they will not be involved.
They will not be there.
Come on.
That's 8 years. So that's why I said.
They
That's
have
why
to
I
be
said. Can you go to?
They have to be involved.
They have to fight.
They have to be involved. See, but you cannot give what you don't have. Let me just believe that. No, let me not see. If you're talking, we have based on the squad. We don't see. We don't have.
They'll go fight.
Eric has been touring, right? He's been going around looking for players or meeting with some of the players, meeting with the players, getting to know the players, and maybe I want to believe which is good. Maybe looking out for one or two other players that he can add, maybe. Except those additions will come and do something separate. But you see these boys. Yes, except he will have one or two additions that will come and do something separate. But if he sticks with the old guard, with these same guys, forget it. We won't get a point from Rwanda.
No, what I'm trying to say,
if he sticks with that same crop of players,
I know where you're coming
as a unit, they are not good.
Yeah, so
as a unit, if we go with that same crop of players that lost to Rwanda or that failed to win against Ghana over 2 legs and qualify, this same crop of players, the post-pandemic Eagles, if we go with them, we will not qualify. Unless Eric will look around and inject 1 or 2 blood. Because these boys will not qualify.
I think
these particular boys will not qualify.
Do you know? So basically, do you know why players and fans always disagree? I've played I feel that genuinely speaking, as fans, we forget too quickly. These crop of players post-COVID, are these crop of players not the same players from Afcon?
Baba, na tournament football. I don't talk this in 150 million times. Na tournament football.
Now
the same players. Baba, what is their record from 2020 till date? Just Afcon final. Baba, that Afcon final. Even when we're going for that Afcon final, even when we're playing in that Afcon, we did not even expect them to go all the way. So that what happened at that tournament was what happens in tournament. It's the same situation like Greece winning the Euros in 2004. You didn't expect that to happen. It's the same situation like Denmark being invited to the Euros and going all the way to win it. It's the same situation like Korea going to the semi-finals of the World Cup. It's the same situation like Iceland playing to the quarterfinals of the Euros.
Or Morocco.
You know why?
And crashing out. It is a tournament football.
But you know what I love about what you just said? I feel like you just defended my point. So what I was trying to tell you is that there's depth in the squad. They didn't play well in Afcon, but the squad got them to the final. And that's the same mentality I'm using for the next 2 games.
But I will place a bet here. That we can only take at most 4 points from the next 2 games. At most, we do.
I mean, 4 points will not be bad.
Let me say, you have a new manager.
Yes.
There's no. I think I understand. He has been seeing most of our games.
Yeah.
There's no way a manager will come and look at the squad list of the Super Eagles and say, okay, I'm going to dismantle. I'll take 40%. No. We'll try to keep faith with 80%. There's no way you're going to bring some addition that we, addition. And maybe some home-based players too.
Let's hope it works for him.
Very true.
And create competition.
Yeah.
What I feel personally, I think there was not enough competition in that team.
Yes, now.
I think that is what the new manager have to create.
That is what I'm saying.
You're
just echoing my point.
He will get the best from everyone.
Everybody is so comfortable.
So fingers crossed.
Yes.
For looking at the game against Rwanda
let's just
and also Zimbabwe. Let's be positive.
Amen.
Our guys will do all that they can to see. And go Super Eagles, we are with you.
Yes.
We believe
Inshallah.
we know that you will qualify. So remember, I beg he get the way we say you go come our comment session, drop suggestions. If we discuss them for here, you go stand the chance to chop 250,000 naira. And so bet Naija they do am. So no be just to just watch, see the legend, see Sheggz, see Sawa, or just enjoy yourself. No.
We no bet.
No. They go just drop comments. Give us suggestions.
We no drop too.
No. We no go drop.
They look me like
now we there. Now we there.
You know me Baba collect.
Now we there. So, hot tips now. We are going to look at some interesting games for this weekend. I'm not going to waste time. I go just run through those games. Then we'll come give you now 7 of the games when we wash our hand, clean our eyes, take a look. Now, for this weekend, it will be the FA Cup. And I'm very certain that if you check all the other games when they look forward to Newcastle, Brighton, and Manchester United versus Fulham. In the La Liga, a lot of people will be looking at Real Madrid, who travel to Real Betis, and Atletico Madrid, who play host to Athletic Bilbao, and then Barcelona, Real Sociedad. You know, say na fender to bumper, then they follow themselves. Everybody go one win. In the Italian Serie A, Napoli versus Inter Milan. Now the game when we say everybody go the reason. And there's also AC Milan versus Lazio. AC Milan go the struggle. Make them not go even lose further points as it take concern how they won't finish for top 4. In the Bundesliga, you have Leverkusen, our boy Boniface, then go travel, go play against Frankfurt. That game be like saying at the game when they hot. Then in the Liga, you have Monaco playing host to Reims, and then PSG against Lille.
Get explosive odds at random. Introducing BetBoom. Get massive odds on any sports bet, however you play. Singles, multiples, in play. Zoom. It's time to boom your bet. Available now, only on BetNiger.
Make we go enter the BetNiger Shop Banker now. 7 games when we believe say it go boom. And as we get the talismanic and the good luck charm here, we know say once him breathe over what we select, the thing go enter.
This my brother go kill me.
So let's look at the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace against Millwall. Palace
to win now.
Mateta.
Yeah, it's the FA Cup and anything can happen, but then I expect Palace to win. Straight win for Palace.
Millwall aren't great, to be honest. Palace to win.
So straight win for Palace.
Yeah.
Then there's Bournemouth against Wolves, a repeat of their last Premier League tie between them. Remember, say Wolves beat them 1-0, but they be
one man down.
Bournemouth.
I'll go for a Bournemouth win for that.
Outright win or either half.
Outright.
I would play goals.
Okay.
I would play goals because it's dicey. I think Bournemouth will win. Like, I think Bournemouth have a better side, but I just think it's a bit risky.
Yeah, but I don't think Bournemouth will let them do a double over them in the space of a week or
when
so.
When they are not Chelsea.
When they are not Chelsea.
And
and I think Wolves won that game because of the advantage they had in terms of numerical strength. So I expect Bournemouth to win this one.
So we're going with Bournemouth, yeah?
Yeah, Bournemouth win.
All right. Then there's Man City versus Plymouth. Plymouth knocked out Liverpool.
Not the plywood. Now Liverpool na plywood
Bro,
now.
Man City to win 100%.
Okay, so do
Man
we
City
do
win
Man
that
City
one.
win?
With this Man City that is shwe.
No.
City Plymouth now.
No, City to win. City to win for sure.
So City to win and goals.
Goals now over 2.5.
Win and over 2.5. Because City to win, if it's small, the odd, but if we add them, City to win and over 2.5.
Right now, they're supposed to give City too odd to win anybody.
I think City
Their
to
last
win.
result in the FA Cup was 2-1. Isn't it?
Yeah, and they came from behind and they struggled actually. Yeah. So it's the FA Cup and it's I mean
a lot of shock.
Yeah.
The FA Cup.
But then at the
for
Etihad
sure.
against Plymouth, no, they should win. They should win.
So City win and over 2.5.
Over 2.5, yeah.
All right, City win and over 2.5. Then there's Newcastle, Brighton, both teams that know how to score.
Then we go for goals then.
Over 1.5.
Yeah, to be safe.
All right. Then there's Manchester United versus Fulham.
Fulham to win.
Fulham to win now.
Why do you look me like this now?
I think what's it called? I think Manchester United Fulham goals game. That's what I think.
Okay,
personally.
goals game.
Goals game.
For
Over 1.5.
out of respect.
Yeah.
Out of respect. Let's just do on this platform.
This is a sharp.
Out of respect, let's just say goals, but we know that Fulham will win.
United jersey.
What do you mean by that? Fulham
Goals
will win.
game.
We know that Fulham will win.
So let's just
You're
them and just
you're not sure that Fulham will win.
See where they look me not true now.
The roof they leak for Old Trafford. Now there they go suffer
Leave
pass.
look. Now they use play ball.
At the roof they leak. That's what the net they leak now.
Okay, goals are
Goals go they leak
over
inside.
one.
That make I say the roof they leak now.
It's the FA Cup though, so I genuinely think we'll win. I think we're doing so bad in the league that the boys will win.
how long?
Yeah, I think you guys have the drive
Check.
because you know that that's the only realistic chance of winning a trophy.
Yeah,
You know, that's your most realistic chance of winning a trophy.
How long now?
So let's do goals. Let's say over 1.5.
FA Cup. It's our only chance.
The only chance.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
go to the
15th
La
in the
Liga.
league.
Let's go to the La Liga. Betis play at home against Real Madrid.
Betis win.
I'll go for a goals game.
I'll say over 2.5.
Betis.
Yes, Betis. So they've been doing well. I think.
They've been doing well, but I'll go for a goals
Yeah,
game.
over 2.5. I'll
Over
say.
Bellingham is not
2.5.
playing.
Yeah.
And Anthony is not playing as well.
That's
Yeah, I'll say over 2.5.
Anthony is not playing.
So over 2.5.
Let's go for goals.
Then we
2.5?
have
Okay.
That's my end of a draw.
so that's six games now.
Okay.
And then one more. Do we do Atalanta Venezia?
Straight win Atalanta if you're doing that.
Atalanta straight win.
I hate Serie A. I say this all the time.
Really got to credit.
Venezia is playing poorly. And Atalanta
should
is
win.
at home, riding
Atalanta should win.
on 5 goals in the last game. So we have that. You have it on the screen. I beg, put body.
Is it up to 7?
Yeah, 7
Yeah,
games.
7, yeah,
Remember,
7.
Stick with what you can afford to lose and stake responsibly. Now, 18 plus only. Bet Naija, they follow the way when it's supposed to go. And remember now, maximum payout 200 million.
Wow.
200 million. Leave 1 million.
That is good money.
Boom. Money when we say Bet Naija go sew Ankara for you.
Can't give you.
Carry banana and people where they play talking drum come your house. The whole street go know. Bet Naija go throw party for you. Maximum payout 200 million. Boom.
Boom.
Welcome to the Prediction Guru segment on the Home Turf podcast. For this segment, now here you go wear your thinking cap. Come tell me the outcome of 3 games. Una no say we dey do our own. Where we go give una code. People will go contact us say, you people, you don't know ball. Now, it is time for you to tell us if you know football. But Bet Naija has made it easy because Bet Naija wants you to win. Before, now 5 games. Now only 3 games. And all you need to do now to tell me the outcome of the game. Whether it go be win, whether it go be loss, whether it go be draw. Get ready for the games now. Barcelona versus Real Sociedad. Napoli versus Inter Milan. And Frankfurt versus Bayer Leverkusen. Just tell me these 3 games what I give you now. Which team go win? Which team go lose? Which team go draw? For example, Barcelona to win. Leverkusen to win. Inter Milan to win. Or Napoli-Inter draw. Just put your answer like that. And Bet Naija go reward you. 3 games. Barcelona, Real Sociedad. Napoli, Inter Milan. Frankfurt, Bayer Leverkusen. Tell me the correct outcome. Win, loss, or draw. Boom, 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 boom. So let me thank my panelists. It has been an awesome experience. I'll begin first with Sawadinho, the man who rigmaroles on the microphone, who tontons on the microphone.
Arsenal can still win the league. Don't
No,
they
don't
can
go
still
there.
win the
Don't go
league.
there. It's
I
okay.
agree with you.
Yes.
We agree with you. Next season.
You have hope.
Sheggz, looking sharp in your sharp jersey.
Boom.
Going back to the glory days.
Boom.
Hopefully, the glory will be restored and rivals will rise again.
This is you call this.
mine is a
We call this nostalgia. Okay, I'm trying to say.
Nostalgia.
Rolling back
And
the
to the
years.
legend himself, the Prince
Rolling
of
back the
Monaco.
years.
Form 1.
We thank you for your service to our great country, Nigeria. It's really very exemplary, and I'm very certain that so many young players would, look at what you have done, your sacrifice for our country, and your love for the round leather game, and would emulate that and be like you. We appreciate all your efforts. Thank you so much. We'll continue to tell your story so that young Nigerians and indeed posterity will remember that it get people when they say, then give their all in honor of the green, white, and green. Thank you so much. The Prince
Thank
of
you
Monaco,
thank you for having me, and great to be with you guys this morning. It's been very reaching for me too. It's because we have different perspective how we see football, so it's an opportunity to learn too. I can see how spicy.
Yes. The Arsenal fan.
Maybe we should ask the fans.
I can see Sheggz looking very sharp.
Yes.
I hope Man United can have a new
Sharpness.
with sharp on next season
Yeah,
and
very
bring
sharp.
back those old
Glory
memories.
days.
I want to say to you, keep it up. I think the last time I had something to do with you was the finals of the Champions League.
Yes.
And keep on doing what you know you do well and you do it well.
Thank you so much.
It's an honor to be with you guys this morning. Thank you.
I will cut this part specially.
Maybe we should ask the fans in the comment section, what's your favorite Ikpeba goal or Ikpeba moment at the Super Eagles?
So in the comment section, tell us your favorite Victor Ikpeba goal.
They should go and make a research.
Do your research.
Monaco.
Watch content.
My own, of course. Now that France 98 goal against Bulgaria.
No, mine is Monaco.
Yes. Mad. So guys, Home Talk Podcast brought to you by Bet Nigeria, your home of Bet Boom. We're signing out. Boom, 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 boom,